the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But, try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's beta time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I'm your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace, and I'm coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk and text line. You can call in and text in at 833-212-1017. Ooh, I'm out of breath. In addition to that, you can also watch and stream us live on the YouTubes by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a share, and give us a subscribe. Shout out to my producer, Rhea Riley, holding it down on the ones and the twos.
Happy Monday.
Ooh, you sound happy for a Monday.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm in a good mood, too. Mondays are usually my worst days. Not mentally. I just, I usually have a little bit more of a short fuse on Mondays. Usually coming off a weekend, maybe somebody annoyed me. I said, I can't wait till I get to work on Monday so I can just
air them out.
Dang. Air them out. But no, I'm having a great Monday. So shout out to y'all, Truth Nation, again. Make sure y'all watch and stream us live by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That is 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Before we get into the weekend recap, so today, I was going to try to thug it out. I was going to try to thug it out because I got to the crib last night, really this morning. I got home late last night, and then I woke up this morning, showered, and I realized I was missing something that's essential. Very, very essential. Rhea, I didn't have deodorant at home, and I thought I had some deodorant, and I buy in bulk. I go to Sam's Club and I buy the pack of 5 Old Spice. It's like $20 for 5, maybe 18 for 5 of them. So I buy my pack, and I'm like, bro, what happened to my pack? I know I didn't run through 5 deodorant sticks, so I can't find them. I couldn't find my backup stick that I had 2 backup sticks. I couldn't find either of them. And I'm like, I got to go. I got to get up out of here. And so I said, you know what? Maybe I have it at work. If I don't have it at work, we'll see what he do.
He's out here looking funk, smelling.
Well, I came to work and I'm looking in my drawers and I don't know where my deodorant stick is at. So then I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right, well, I'm pretty dry right now. It's 9 o'clock. I'm pretty dry under the arms. I'm good. So, I'm working away. And then I get to 10 o'clock and I go to a meeting.
Stankin'.
And so I'm good. I'm good. And then I move around a little bit because, I'll be moving. I'll be left, right. And so then I go to another meeting. I get in the meeting, a little hot in the room. People asking me questions. I'm doing a lot of talking, right? And all of a sudden, you start feeling, when you don't have on deodorant, your body just feel it, right? Deodorant is a crazy thing. It catches all the sweat. I'm starting to drip, and I'm in the meeting flapping my arms like a bat, like a bird, because, I'm trying to air ourselves out because I don't want, to start stinking. I get done with that meeting, girl. I'm dripping under my arms. I said, I got to go.
Ew.
I got to go. So I went to, Walgreens, and I got me the little travel pack. Now, I got the little travel one, right? You know what I'm talking about, the little travel deodorant, the little small stick?
Yeah.
I got the little small stick because it was the cheapest. Now, I usually get it from somewhere else. It's a little bit cheaper, but I'm like, this is an emergency. I can't make it today. But I said, well, before I buy this, deodorant costs. Rhea, how much do you think deodorant costs nowadays?
For me, $8.99. Yeah, well, pink tax.
Girl, pink tax my ass. Everybody, it costs that much for everybody. So I'm like, okay, before when I didn't buy in bulk. Because remember, I've been buying deodorant in bulk for years now, right? I just go, and I haven't had to buy some. Shoot, this might be my first new sticky deodorant because it's 5 in a pack. And I must go through it every 2 months. It must be every 2 months I got to get a new one. So I ain't really bought a new pack probably since the end of 2024. And so I go look at the deodorant. Girl, the cheapest deodorant was $8.99 for a stick. I said, what in the hell is that? I said, when did deodorant get so expensive? You know me, I overreact. I said, what? When did deodorant get so expensive? So, I go to check out, and I say to the lady, I was like, hey, has deodorant always been this expensive? She said, well, inflation is real. I said, oh, wow. So Trump got our deodorant costing $8.99 a stick. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I tried to thug it out, but I couldn't. I didn't make it. Had to give me some dub from men.
But them people in there were choking.
Nah, it wasn't that bad. I don't stink like that. But anyways, that was my first little thought about deodorant because I can even feel it now because once your arm get a little bit wet, it's always wet. Like I was putting the deodorant on and it was like all mushy and wet because I was sweating. It is what it is. I'm a grown ass man. But anyways, Truth Nation, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the weekend recap.
Truth Nation, we know you have a busy life and the weekend went by too fast. If you missed any of the headline stories, no worries. We got you covered on the top stories you may have missed. Tap in for the weekend recap on Truth to Power. Kyle, tell Truth Nation the biggest headlines they need to know.
Truth Nation, the biggest headlines you need to know. I'm going to start here. I'm going to start more personal. That's what I'm going to do for the weekend recap. I'll make this weekend recap more personal, but also it's really going to focus on something that is always in my mind, but something that also I wanted to reflect on now. Y'all, family is everything. Family is everything. Family means a lot to me, and I just wanted to take time to share how grateful I am of the blessings that I have in life, right? I feel so blessed and fortunate to have role models in life. Growing up as a kid, I had an opportunity. My big cousin, Pookie, he was my role model. He's my brother role model, right? And when I was born, he was 18 years old, but he treated me and my brother like a little brother, right? He played sports with us. He challenged us. He did very impactful. Very impactful. My cousin Pookie passed away when he was 28 years old from brain cancer. Had a brain tumor. And so he was only in my life for 10 years, but because I had him in my life as a role model, he really molded me to be able to know how to treat people, but also treat my little cousins that come up after me, right? But also, it just showed me the importance of young black men having young role models that can help impact their lives. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, because again, I believe young black boys need and they deserve to have role models, especially at the home, in the family, school organizations, inside the schools, community organizations, community programs, sports. Like, there's all these sports leagues out here like NCSL, and shout out to the coaches that are doing the good stuff and not really caring about wins and losses, but more importantly, caring about being a role model. Because these kids need role models, and I know that I benefited from that, and I was able to pass that on to my family, my younger cousins that I have, which brings me to this. I had the great pleasure this weekend to be able to head out to Denver to go see my little cousin make his NFL debut. Shout out to my cousin Jordan Turner. Now, I bring this up because, you know, it's my weekend recap. And the reason why I want to talk about this because it means a lot to me because of the fact that I got to see this young man from the age of 6 all the way up until now chase his dreams, right? I was part of his life. He's not from here. He lived over in Michigan. And, you know, whenever we had an opportunity, we went to go see my family. That's my mama's sister out there. And so the reason why I want to talk about this journey today, because it's so beautiful, because my little cousin went from not getting drafted in the NFL draft and being disappointed. He was extremely disappointed, right? He played at Wisconsin for 3 years, played at Michigan State for a year. He was all Big Ten, honorable mention, 2 years out of his 3 years as a starter at 2 different schools. He thought he was going to get drafted. He didn't get drafted. And then he thought he was going to get signed to a priority contract. He didn't, so he had to try out for a team. He had to try out. This guy that been the best of the best coming up had to try out for a team in May. He went to the tryout. He was 2 of 50-some players there that actually got a chance after the tryout to get added to the 90-man roster. And then after that, he got a chance to try out for the actual NFL team to be on the 53-man roster. Had a hell of a game. I talked about it before. But unfortunately, he got cut. He didn't make the team out of training camp. But he kept fighting, got onto the practice squad, and then on Sunday, he got his chance to get called up to the NFL and played in an NFL game yesterday on special teams, had a half tackle. Also got in the game for the Broncos at the end of the game. And I just wanted to give that because it was such a proud moment for me and my family to see my little cousin really just persevere. When I talk about persevere, you're talking about, you know, the odds were against him. You know, you're talking about trying out for an NFL team. You didn't get any guaranteed money. And he found his way onto the roster yesterday as a rookie. And so it was so exciting. We got the news on Saturday. He was being elevated. Me and my mom ended up booking a ticket down to Denver, ended up going to the game, and it was just a hell of an experience. And to see the smile on his face meant everything. So I just wanted to share that because when I think about role models, I understand that I'm not taking credit for him being in the NFL. He was born with talent. You know, I walked so him and my other little cousin who play at Memphis can run and jump and do whatever they need to do. But the fact that I know that myself and my brother, because of the role models we had in our life, were able to pass down lessons and pass down love and pass down how you should act and how you should treat other people and how your mentality should be, how hard you should work, that work ethic, a lot of that they saw in us growing up allowed for them to reach what they reach, right? Got a little cousin that played basketball at Memphis. Shout out to William. And so that means just a lot to me, and that's why I think it's so important that our kids deserve to have more role models, especially when it comes to families. Like, we know what it is. A lot of, you know, some of our black kids come from broken homes, right? When I talk about broken homes, I'm talking about, you know, don't have a mother and father in the household. And sometimes the mom has to, or dad, but whoever's taking care has to do all this extra work, and the kids are raising each other at the household, right? You don't have that actual role model. You just got somebody just trying to get by. And I think our black kids deserve to have more role models in their life that they can aspire to be, because I know I was impacted by my big cousin, and I know my little cousins who are coming up now are impacted by myself and my brother. So I just wanted to share that because it was a fun story, and I got to go down to Denver and go to an NFL game. By the way, I love my Green Bay Packers, and shout out to the Packers. Green Bay, Wisconsin, and the Green Bay Packers might be the whitest organization in football. I mean, by far the whitest organization in football. When I go to those football games, I go to it, I enjoy it. You know, Sweet Caroline and Roll Out the Bear. Like, I enjoy doing all that stuff. But I was at that game yesterday, and I mean, They played that song 6-7. You know what I'm talking about, Rhea? You know, you heard the 6-7 thing.
I have not. I don't know what that is.
I don't know exactly what it means either, but there's a song.
Oh.
And so they played that. They played rap. The crowd was diverse. You saw white people, black people, Hispanic people all in the same space cheering on the team. Go up to Lambeau. There's going to be a couple sprinkles of black, a couple sprinkles of Hispanic, but a whole lot of white folks not getting as loud as they can be. It gets loud, but they're not like wild fans. So that was my, I guess I ran out of time for my other weekend recap. So maybe I'll talk about these stories tomorrow. But yeah, that was my story I just wanted to share because I was very excited about it and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool experience going to an NFL game and having my little cousin. You saw my story. I think you liked it.
I did.
How cool was that?
It's very cool. I was happy for you. The whole time family.
I am exhausted though.
I bet.
Well, let me tell you, Frontier. I fly Frontier. I'm an all-you-can-fly member of Frontier, and I love Frontier. Rhea, we booked our flight 2:00 p.m. for a flight to leave at 6:50 a.m. out of Chicago, or 6:50 a.m. out of Chicago. At like 2:00 in the morning, we get a text message from Frontier telling us that our flight is delayed to leave at like 8. Okay, bet, whatever. We're gonna drive and go down there, or maybe it was leave at 10. Whatever time it was. So, we got a little extra sleep in. We drive down there. Rhea, do you know what time that 6:50 a.m. flight left that was supposed to leave from Frontier? 6:50 a.m. was supposed to leave yesterday out of Chicago. You know what time it left at? 4 to 5 hours. 6 p.m.
No.
6 p.m. So we had to, my mom, she's a little bit more pessimistic. She's not as optimistic as she used to be. A little bit more pessimistic. So she's sitting there, yeah, we here, but I don't know. I don't know if we gonna make it, because we got to the airport and like the flight was supposed to leave at 10. I'm like, okay. It got to like 8:15. I'm like, okay, well, we should be straight. We about to walk to the gate. She's on the phone with my auntie. I don't know, we here, but I don't know if we gonna be able to get down there messing with Frontier. I said, Mom, stop saying that. And then all of a sudden I get a text message. Your flight doesn't leave till 11. Get another text message like 30 minutes later. Your flight doesn't leave till 12. And we like, okay, well, we got to go. So we ended up switching over to American Airlines.
Oh, a whole different flight. Okay.
What else we gonna do? We had to get down there.
I was gonna tell you to say have Frontier sponsor you, but you bailed out on them.
Oh man, I mean, we took them home, $15 come home, but it was I tell you, it was a busy day. I'm exhausted.
It's 12 hours.
Girl, I literally, yes. We took off at 10:16 because we had to get on early. Like it was a lot. It was a lot. We booked the flight for 11, hoping to get, or 11:30, hoping to get on a 10:16 flight. We got to the gate at like 9:55. They put us on that flight. It all worked out very well. But yeah, we took off at like 10:16 from Chicago, and then got back to Chicago last night. Landed at 11:23. So you can say that on area. We built different. I listen. My big rule in life. This is again the way I was raised, Rhea, is when kids wake up sick. I probably shouldn't put my mama business out there. When kids wake up sick in the morning. When I woke up sick, what my mama told me?
Get your ass up, going to school.
She said, "Go ahead, try it." If he said, "Hey, you don't feel," she didn't say, "Oh, you got it." She said she knew what to do. She's like, "Go ahead, try it. Go ahead, try it. You feeling too well. How about this, Kyle? Go ahead, get ready, go to school, and if you don't feel well, just call me and I'll come get you." Well, the problem is my mom is a professional, my dad is a professional, and so my grandpa would be the one that had to come pick me up. But by the time I would go in the, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sick. I'm ready to go home." Probably like 11, and my parents, they working. So they trying to call them, and this is before like cell phones weren't a thing in the 90s, right? Like in the early, like they were, but they like probably late 90s is when my parents first got a cell phone, and so they weren't really calling their cell phone. They calling a work phone, trying to get in contact with them. I'll be in the clinic for an hour and a half. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go back to class. I'm done. I took a nap. I woke up from a nap. I'm still here. You remember the little blue cot they had in them schools? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, the filthiest thing ever.
Absolutely.
The kids just laying. I wake up from the nap. Wait a minute, I'm still here. All right, I'm going to class.
I once crawled out of a window to come back to my house. My dad didn't know I stayed home from school.
Ooh, girl, how old were you? You were grown.
Probably middle school.
What?
And I was like, he couldn't know, so I had to crawl out the window. I went to school.
You left. Wait a minute. You left school.
I stayed home. My mama knew I was going to stay home sick. And then my dad came home, and he didn't know I was at home sick, but I didn't want to get in trouble, so I crawled out of the window.
Why would you get in trouble? Your mom let you stay home. Your dad's like, y'all, we don't do this at home.
Yeah.
He said, we don't stay home from school. Like, what are you doing? I don't care what your mama
Exactly.
said.
And I was like, let me just get out this window real fast.
Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. So yeah, so that's why I don't take sick days. Since you've been working with me, I have not taken out one sick day, have I?
No.
The only sick days I ever taken was I had COVID, and even then they had me on Teams. Like, bro, I got COVID. Can you jump on a call? I got COVID right now. What do you mean? Can I jump on a call? Yeah, I come to work all the time. I don't do sick days. Some people say, "Oh, you're gonna get us sick." Oh, y'all be all right. Build up your immune system. I'm rarely sick. I've been doing this show how long, and I don't.
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all. All right, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. That was all fun. But when we come back on the other side, I was down in Denver for 12 hours. Saturday, I was too busy trying to book flights, so I was at the crib. And I forgot that, it was Halloween weekend, and boy, oh boy, I go on the internet as I'm doing my scrolls, and I see some booty cheeks, a little bit of booty cheeks again. Not as much booty cheek, but you saw the video, some cheeks out. It was some cheeks, yeah, it was cheeks out. Might have been a costume cheeks, but I seen some cheeks and people on the ground. More fights in downtown Milwaukee at a festival. So we're going to talk about this on the other side. Keep it locked. You're listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
So let me ask you, when the government, and again, I'm doing the air quotes, tightens the belt, who's standing underneath the belt when it snaps back?
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Don't want you to agree. Honestly, should I be transparent? I don't really care if you agree. I, like you, want to be heard.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Truth Nation, it is here. Steinhoffel's Black Friday sale is back, and trust me, these deals are too good to wait. Snag huge savings right now, like any size Sealy mattress for just $99. Any size mattress, Sealy mattress for just $99. They got beautiful dining tables and sofas for only $4.99, and stylish queen bed for only $5.99. Oh my goodness, these are incredible deals. Plus, enjoy 36 months, 0% financing. for 3 full years. Yes, that's 3 years of interest-free payments. Don't wait for Black Friday. Save big today at Steinhoffel's in-store or steinhoffels.com. They have style, comfort, and savings now. That's how you shop smarter with Steinhoffels. Visit Steinhoffel's in-store or steinhoffels.com. Big fan of Steinhoffels. Make sure y'all go there, especially if y'all looking to set up y'all. You know, I understand Black Friday sale is now, right? And November 1st is coming around the corner. They said they got you now. So if you're thinking about upgrading your home, right, you want to get some swivel chairs or a couch or a dining room table or anything to set up your place, I'm telling y'all, Steinhoffels is quality, but also really, really fashionable as well. So make sure y'all go to Steinhoffels in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am coming off a high because my Packers won. And they're not my Broncos, but I used to hate the Broncos, but now I'm a Broncos fan now for my little cousin. So the Broncos won, my little cousin got in, so I am on cloud 9 for a Monday. But then also, Truth Nation, I started doing again some perusing, and this is when I ran into a news story about what happened on Brady Street. Now, I don't go out like that. The streets are too wild. I can't think of I think the last time I went out was, Rhea, when did we go out? Oh, that was the boat day. It was after the boat day. Now I wouldn't even call that going out with you. We went on the boat, and then we went up to a restaurant, and we went home.
That's a long day, yeah.
Yeah, it was very long. That is what I do now. That is my going out. I don't hit these streets.
When you get older, day drinking's the move. That's what I do.
Yeah. I gotta hydrate when I drink as well. So I don't really hit these streets. So I haven't been to any of these little street festivals because I just don't do that. And Truth Nation, I went to my social media and I tell y'all, I realized that Milwaukee was having a Halloween celebration. I did not know that. I didn't even know Brady Street was having a 2025 Halloween festival. I didn't even know that was a thing. I guess it happened last year too. I didn't know it was a whole thing. But with that celebration, it seems like any celebration in our city that involve us, fights follow. And I saw multiple videos of dudes fighting and women fighting during this Halloween street festival. And all I could think about and think to myself was, dang, not again. The lead in this water that has turned our community reckless. Here we go again. I see booty cheeks out. I see a dude getting jumped, even though he did a good job fighting off the people. People fighting once again. And at a certain point, we got to admit that everywhere ratchet black people go, trouble follows. Am I lying?
I mean, I was down there. I'm not ratchet.
I said, that's the key thing. I didn't say black people. I said ratchet black people. Anywhere ratchet black people go, trouble follows. And I get it. There's ratchet white trash people who go different places and they act a fool. Trust me, they definitely act a fool, but they do it in their communities. Key word. They keep that nonsense in their communities in a little towny bar, podunk bar. We don't hear about that because they keep it to themselves. But what we decide to do is we want to be out and go downtown and kick with everybody and act a damn fool. And when you think about some of the biggest events that happened this summer, we've talked about it multiple times, right? The biggest events that have happened in this city. Think about, Summerfest. What happened at Summerfest? Acted a damn fool. What happened at the night market? Acted a damn fool. State Fair. Acted a damn fool. And now you got this. And what are we able to do to stop this behavior? Because this is what we talk about this, but I'm losing hope because it's toxic behavior. And I promise y'all, black people are not like this in other places. Some places, yes, but not all places. Going to different places is so refreshing. Like being in Denver around black people was so refreshing. Simply because of the fact that I know they ain't got that nonsense like that down there. I know that to be for a fact. Because of the fact that I got family down there. I remember my cousin, I'll never forget, my cousin came up to Milwaukee. She was born and raised in Milwaukee. She probably moved when she was like 14, 15 years old. And I never forget when she came back to Milwaukee maybe like 7 years ago, she was like, oh, hell no. She said that you could just feel it in the air here. It's different. Because she moved to Tennessee, and then she moved to Denver. And then she was like, oh, no, she said, you be safe out here. It's different. And I also remember I talked about something called the Influencer City Tour. It was a series of concerts that went to different cities. And it went to all these different cities. No issues. Come to Milwaukee, a problem. Fight in the streets. No issue nowhere else, but they were fighting here. And so what I'm trying to get to, Truth Nation, is is that something is wrong with our city and the mentality of some of our people. And what these perpetrators don't understand is that their actions have negative trickle-down effects that impact many people outside of themselves. I want y'all to go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube because there was a news story I want y'all to see. So we got to understand when these people act a fool, it has a negative trickle-down effect that impacts more than just themselves. This selfish behavior is causing for businesses to hurt, but then also for people not to be able to continue to have a good time. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube for the WISN 12 report about the shenanigans that happened on Brady Street this weekend.
A night meant for Halloween celebration turned hectic on Saturday. Thousands came out to celebrate the holiday on Brady Street, but it became much busier than your typical night out. Police records show 13 calls for service on Brady Street from 10 p.m. Saturday to 3 o'clock Sunday morning.
It was really hard to get around because, the sidewalk's so narrow and there's just hundreds of people everywhere. So it was hard to get around. We lost our friends a few times, but yeah, it was tough.
Robert Stevenson was visiting Milwaukee this weekend, but as crowds grew, Milwaukee police decided to close down the street around 1 a.m., over an hour before many bars and late-night restaurants typically shut their doors.
I thought it was hectic. I didn't feel like it was too dangerous. Maybe just the people in the streets, it's like the cars coming by and stuff.
Hectic behavior stretching to some local businesses.
They're making noise, too much noise, and we have customers sitting down, so you're just making us look bad.
Amr Farr's family runs Shawarma Palace. His restaurant decided to close at 10:30, well before MPD asked businesses to do so. For a business that thrives on the late-night crowd, it's a hard decision to make.
Just thinking how much we could have made today, because today was Halloween, just like New Year's, we had to close early. We lost out on a lot of money today because of, the trouble that was caused in the business.
TMJ4 reached out to the Brady Street Business Improvement District and 3rd District Alderman Alex Brower, hoping to ask about any measures taken to prepare for the celebration. Neither could accommodate an interview. Milwaukee police did not respond to questions about if any tickets were issued or if any arrests were made. Farr hopes next Halloween is different.
Don't go in businesses causing trouble and making us want to close early. We're supposed to stay open, but we have to close early. We don't want to deal with all this trouble.
In Milwaukee, Brennan Jones, TMJ4 News.
I ain't mad at him. I'm really not. And we got the video. I mean, maybe I'll put up the video. I don't know about the people fighting down there. I just don't want to perpetuate the fighting video because I'm over it. I'm over. Why are we jumping one brother? Why is it 7 dudes jumping one brother? You saw that, Rhea? Did you see that video? 7 dudes jumping one brother. And the impact of these things, I'm telling y'all, it leads to events having to end early. It leads to them reconsidering not having the event. It potentially could lead to, businesses having to close early, like you saw this business had to close early. But then the problem is when certain people act a fool, only the good people pay the price. Now, Rhea said she was there having a good time. You must have been away. Where were you? Were you in the fray of things? You was throwing hands in your costume?
Definitely not throwing hands, but received a lot of compliments. I didn't see anything crazy, but also I'm smart, so I was off of Brady and the hub of it at least by 12:30. Then I went to a different bar farther off the street.
Oh, off the beaten path.
But then I still walked through everything. It still seemed like, what you get when any kind of festival here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's not what you think is normal is not normal.
No, but
that's not normal behavior, and that's my whole thing is 833-212-1017. What can we do to break this mentality? It's the city of Milwaukee a lost cause because I know we got to keep fighting, but I'm getting very concerned, right? Because when I go to other states, it's refreshing. But at this point now, it's just man, and again, this is not anything new. This generations before, it's not anything new. It's just at what point are we going to break this cycle of nonsense? I feel like this nonsense it's happening more frequently, right? Because I remember nonsense always happening, but I don't recall every time we have an event, there was a fight. And I ain't been to Water Street in a while, so I couldn't tell you if there's a fight every weekend on Water Street, but I do know this summer they were having some issues. And so, again, I'm trying to figure out what can we do? What can we do? 833-212-1017. What can we do to break this mentality? Because the acts of these hooligans cause for people like me to be profiled, and I hate it, right? And what do you expect? What do you expect police to do? For real, if police see a large presence of black people coming somewhere, right? What are they supposed to expect? Are they supposed to expect, we're going to act right? No. That would be poor on their behalf of not preparing. So you mean to tell me in Milwaukee, and I remember feeling it at Whitewater, whenever you have large groups of black people, police get on edge, regardless of whatever equity you've built up, because black people are coming in. They're like, oh, we got to have extra security. We can only blame ourselves. We can't blame the police department. We can't blame these businesses. If out of 1,000 people, 30 act a damn fool, people going to be like, oh, well, this is dangerous. How can we correct the behavior of some of these folks? 833-212-1017. I want to hear from you on the other side. You can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Nikki will get to you after break. But again, you can also call in or text in at 833-212-1017. But I'm just, I just want to know, what can we do to break this mentality? Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And one day I'm going to raise kids in this city, and I want my kids to be able to experience a good time without a fight breaking out. There's too many good kids out here who shouldn't have to deal with this. But again, 833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talking text line. We'll take your calls, take your texts. We'll also take your comments on YouTube. On YouTube, you can also, it's the black community in Milwaukee ruining every public event. Quite a poll there. Yes or no. I want to see what the results are for that one. But this is Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace. Man, if this was a white show and they did that, boy, I tell you, they did that on 620, boy, get canceled. This is Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace. I'll take your call from Nikki. I'll look at your text. I'll look at you all on YouTube. Keep it locked. This is Truth to Power.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive on collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Happy Victory Monday to all those who celebrate a nice Packer win. They went to Pittsburgh and showed out against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Coach LaFleur on Jordan Love.
How he carries himself. He just is so confident. He's a great teammate.
He encourages the other guys. He's a hell of a leader.
Packers return to Lambeau next week to face the Carolina Panthers. The Bucs lose their first game of the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but an outstanding performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo. 40 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 blocks and steals to be exact. They return to Pfizer on Tuesday to face the New York Knicks. Badger Volleyball beats the Oregon Ducks in 4 sets this weekend, moving their record to 15-3. They now will face the number 1 team in the nation, Nebraska, on Friday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Milwaukee, the time is almost here. We have been entering Truth fans into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway for the last 3 months. And this Friday, we finally pick our one call, that's all, $5,000 giveaway winner. Be sure to tune in to Truth in the Morning this Friday so you do not miss your call, because if you do, we will go to the next caller until we find our $5,000 winner. Again, that is the Big 5 Gruber 5K giveaway this Friday on Truth in the Morning between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk. In addition to that, are you ready to level up your mindset, your money, and your future? Join Coach Erica Odom, real estate investor, success coach, and published author for the inspiring monthly show On the Journey with Coach Erica. Each month, Coach Erica shares real strategies, proven tips, and the mindset shifts you need to reach your goals. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. for a powerful discussion on this topic of finances and turning your passion into profit. Coach Erica will be joined by William Lyons Edwards, entrepreneur and author, founder of Knowledge Born Publishing and 84 Lawn Care, and Ed Hennings, entrepreneur, author, and speaker, and founder of Work Boots and Go Time Trucking. That's On the Journey with Coach Erica, live tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. And we're having a conversation. I'm Kyle Wallace. And we're having a conversation just talking about, I don't know, I feel like it kind of sucks to say. And I'm reluctant to say it because it doesn't feel right, but I don't know. It seems like anytime it's a whole bunch of black people at an event, the ignorant ones seem to show their ass. And it's unfortunate because, again, you're talking about a small percentage of a whole bunch of people out there that cause for the fun to be ruined and cause for us to have a black eye. And I feel like anytime any of us gather somewhere, largely, not us, just the ignorant ones, this is what happens. And the ignorant ones love to come out. They love to come out. I mean, who go out and just start fighting? Like, dang. But 833-212-1017. I'm losing a little bit of hope in the sense of I'm not sure that we can break this mentality, because the mentality has been around for a while and I just feel like it's getting worse. I just want to know, how do we break this mentality? 833-212-1017. Nikki in Milwaukee, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hey, good afternoon, Kyle, and thank you so much for taking my call. And this is a very sad thing, right? Because like you just mentioned, that this has been happening for a long time. I think it's gotten severely worse. Being born and raised in Milwaukee, you know, I'm used to going to events when I was younger that end up having to run it because somebody wants to pull out a gun. But I have to say that we have to figure out how to change the culture, because living in Milwaukee and moving to another state will give you PTSD. You know, it took me to move out of the state to be in a place where there's majority of black folks, right, African American folks, and there's not one conflict. So that lets me know that it's possible. It's all about here in Milwaukee. Like, why does it happen here? And I hate to say this because some people get offended by it, but Milwaukee has a black cloud over it that you don't recognize unless you leave and come back. So we have to figure out how to get to the root cause of it. We got to stop making violence so socially acceptable. There is no rage. There is nothing that really happens when we experience violence. We become numb to it. Mm-hmm. So now it's now become like it's a norm, and it cannot be the norm because it's scary and it's sad. Like you said, it's a few bad apples, and it's always been a few bad apples. But you know what? Those few bad apples have kids, and they have cousins, and they become the bad apples. So it's like, when do we stop it? Because I've been to several places, and even having my children who are probably the age that I hang out on Water Street have been to several places outside the state where it's been more than that. more people than they had on Water Street, and there has not been not one incident. So we have to figure out, why is this so socially acceptable here, and why does it happen here? Is it the education system? Is it because we have the school to prison pipeline? Or is it that we expected them to act stupid, so they kind of fall in line? So we have to figure out, how do we change this culture? And it's sad that we have to always, close down the doors for entertainment events for folks that may not, who enjoy it and know how to act appropriately, because we have a couple of bad apples, right, that will ruin it for everybody. So we got to change the culture here in Milwaukee.
I'm right there with you, Nikki. I appreciate you. You were spitting out, because you're right there, right? And I think that's why it's so important. When I had that conversation earlier, when I talk about the importance of having role models and mentors, I was blessed with that, right? I was blessed to have it in the household, but I was also blessed to have it within the family, and I was blessed to have it outside with different organizations that I was part of, whether it was Top Teens of America that I was part of, or whether it was, Boy Scouts that I was part of, or whatever it was, right? I had an opportunity to have role models and mentors in order for me to follow a certain path. And so Nikki is absolutely right, is that some of these people who act the fool have kids, and the people who's acting the fool, my age group, now have kids that are coming up. They kids getting ready to be, teenagers. Some of the folks who's acting the fool a generation ahead of me, this is probably some of their kids. And so how do we break this cycle? I think that's the most important thing, is try to figure it out. And I know here on the on 1017 here on The Truth, you can definitely watch and stream us live on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. A good conversation going on. Renee said, think back to elementary school. Bad behavior was not rewarded. You could not participate in activities. If you were acting poorly, same rules apply here. Shutting them down if the crowd acts unruly. And that sucks, though. You ding, but you think about if they said everybody got to leave Brady Street at 12 o'clock on Saturday. Would you have been mad?
I mean, I already lost, so it would have been fine.
It would have been fine. But again, certain people acting unruly is not fair. And then you know what that leads to? It leads to over-policing, because they have no choice but to over-police. What else are they left to do? You going to ruin it for everybody because you don't know how to act? But again, here on YouTube, great conversation going. LaRon said it's not just a Milwaukee problem. He said, who's fighting on Carnival cruises, airports, tearing up McDonald's because the order is wrong, bashing up somebody's car because they don't deliver your DoorDash? That happened in Milwaukee. Conflict resolution is an issue. That's true. That's true. But I'm talking about as a city as a whole and a community. Obviously, you go to other communities, they have issues. And I think the Midwest has a big issue. But I'm telling y'all this right now. Go downtown DC. Matter of fact, I went to a bar crawl in D.C. that was mostly a black bar crawl in D.C. You think anybody was fighting? No. Why? It's because they're decent people. And so my whole thing is that when we think about this, there is something in the water, something with the mentality of why we choose to always want to fight at these different events. And it's extremely unfortunate. But again, 833-212-1017. That's why one of the reasons I really don't even want to mess around with going out, because we living in a time now where people just randomly getting shot and killed, man. I don't even I don't have time for it. I really don't. I remember when I was younger, you think you're invincible, right? So I would go out and say, oh yeah, we finna go. Yeah, what's up? We can go over here. Listen, I grew up on the northwest side of Milwaukee. I went to the burbs from school. I ain't built for everything. I understand that. I know thyself. And so some of the situations I would go to that was cool and fun, like, 30-some-year-old cop like, you a fool. Hell no, I ain't going there no 16, 17. Going to house parties in the hood, hell no, not no more. And not today. And hell, I wouldn't want my kid to do that. But I do think LaRon makes a great point about the conflict resolution and being able to swallow our pride, but then understanding that our actions impact more than just us, right? And I understand people have blackout moments and people get mad, but we have to understand that our actions impact more than just us. And so if we want to continue to have things to do, we're going to have to clean up our act. And when I say we, I look at this as a whole, because when a couple bad apples do something, it ruins it for everybody. Again, on the chat is going crazy. LaRon is killing it today because he talked about the roller skating rink. Because I believe when you go out to Butler, the skating rink out that way, if you have an ID that has a Milwaukee address on it, I think you can't go. Some along the lines where they have some issues where if you from Milwaukee, they don't want you out here. Real talk. So it's unfortunate. But again, I think it's our own fault. When I say it's our own fault, I think it's because we allow some of these folks who are ignorant to mess it up for us. And again, I don't want people to think that I'm just saying black people are ignorant, because that's not the case. Because trust me, go out to them towny places, go out to West Allenz, go out to South Milwaukee, go out to Waukesha, go out to St. Francis, go out to Oak Creek, go out to all these little podunk places, go out to McGuanago, the Muck, and I promise you there's fights at the bars, people acting a fool, but they keep it in their space. They don't go to big-ass festivals and cause problems. You been to Strawberry Fest before? You heard of Strawberry Fest? It's in Cedarburg.
Never been, though.
Ain't been no fights at Strawberry Fest. It's too far for them folks to get out to.
It's also during the day.
No, it's during, you're right. Do they stop it at night?
I would assume so. It's strawberry picking.
Well, no, that's not what it is.
It's a whole festival where you can also do stuff with strawberries, right?
No, there is no strawberry picking.
At the Strawberry Fest.
No, you don't pick. It's on the street. There's no strawberries.
Well, make that make sense.
Rhea, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first heard about Strawberry Festival, I said, what is this? Then I went, I was like, oh, okay. Lots of whites out that way.
You didn't pick any strawberries?
Not one strawberry being picked.
I really
a lot of food. It's like vendors. I mean, it's cool. It's chill. Nice little street festival. But ain't no issues. Ain't no problems. And there's black people out there, but the black people who got sense. I guarantee you put the damn Strawberry Festival on Locust at night. They act a damn fool. Remember when T-Pain couldn't do he couldn't do the State Fair racetrack thing? Mm-hmm. He had to go way out to Plymouth.
Right.
They probably didn't have no issues out there because.
So the things they have we don't have transportation to send our craziness out somewhere.
Plymouth is 45 minutes away, 50 minutes away. Yeah, hell no, they weren't going out there. But 833-212-1017. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. LaRon, I'm telling you, LaRon killing it today. He said y'all getting pulled over before Cedarburg. That's true. That's true. You out there too late. They woo-wooing them lights. Hell, I got pulled over in Plymouth one time, coming back from work. Hell yeah, they pulled me over. Your license plate is faded. I said, oh, wow, okay. All right, I got you. But 833-212-1017. When we come back, we'll wrap up our show. I'll share our final thoughts on this because we got to be better as a community. But this is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace. We'll wrap up the show in 3 minutes.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What is a DJ? Do we just play music? Maybe some are that simple. With me, I create memories that last a lifetime. I'm always thinking about how songs connect. I read the room. Every event is an open canvas, a new world. So what's a DJ when you hire me? I'm a vibe architect. A curator of euphoria, a guaranteed good time.
I know you want me. Every day, not only when you're lonely.
Whether you have a wedding, festival, corporate event, or any other special occasion, get your free consultation with DJ Rhea Maniac today.
Trailblazer.
You are listening to Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
The perfect.
1, 2, 3, ho!
The perfect Packers game starts in Titletown at the American Family Insurance House. Before each home game, grab exclusive Packers giveaways, listen to live music, and hang out with other fans. Plus, you can try your hand at setting the high score and protect the end zone, their interactive game that puts your football skills to the test. Make your next trip to Lambeau unforgettable only at the American Family Insurance House in Titletown. Visit amfam.com today to find an insurance agent near you or to get a quote instantly online at amfam.com. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. And we went to break, and Rhea made a comment about, said these kids ain't got nothing to do. They said they ain't got nothing to do. And I disagree. I think there's a lot of organizations and things out there to do. But I grew up. I played video games. I went outside. I hung out with friends. I went to house parties when I was in high school. Like, there still is stuff to do. You ain't got to act the fool. Hell, and you talking about grown folks. If you are 18, because these is grown folks, if you are 18 to 25, 18 to 30, that's just having sense. That's just having sense and knowing right from wrong, having judgment. But 833-212-1017, last one here on the Talking Text line, Ed G said, rarely see issues during Harley Fest on Brady or Water. They just crash their bikes and drunk leaving. That's very true. Very, very, very true. But again, this has been Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. We had a poll. Is the black community in Milwaukee ruining everything? Every public event, not everything. Every public event, 67% yes, 33% no. That was a racist poll. Very offensive poll. Very offensive. Yes, defend yourself.
Okay, so who was the problem at Brady Street this weekend then? What color were they? Who was the problem at Night Market? What color were they?
I did see a white girl sitting down. I didn't see her throwing hands.
Sitting down and not throwing hands. That's a difference.
If we were to turn on ignorant black people, what do you think would happen?
I don't know.
Like, we just said, you know what? We just started snitching on them. Like, hey, officer, them, get them.
I don't really want to be an Uncle Tom, though. That's kind of crazy.
Would it be an Uncle Tom, or would it be trying to clean up our community?
It could go hand in hand, depending how you handle it. You snitching?
At 35, I'm snitching. At 21, hell no. At 21, I'm saying, oh! This has been Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Make sure y'all tune into the Tory Lowe Show coming up next from 1 to 4. I'll be back tomorrow. Got some good stories tomorrow that I want to share. Also, some off-the-top thoughts that I always want to share with y'all. But thank you, Truth Nation, so much for tuning in today. Peace out, Truth Nation. I will see y'all tomorrow.
Truth Nation, it's time to elevate the conversation.